President Biden is condemning the attack, calling it unprovoked and unjustified.
Today, he is expected to meet with leaders of the G7 and our allies. They plan to impose harsh sanctions on Russia in response to all of this. Here at home, news of the invasion is causing pre-market stocks to plummet. Overnight, the Dow dropped more than 800 points. President Biden is expected to address the country later today. We do plan to bring that to you live on air and on news4jax.com.
Bruce is joining us now with some perspective on the growing tensions in Ukraine. The two countries have a long history, Bruce.
Yeah, and Ukraine's history, it's short history, but it's a rocky history. So let's turn back the pages of history 30 years and see what led to today, to the present day Ukrainian crisis.
The Soviet Republic of Ukraine declared independence from Moscow in 1991. Things remained largely quiet in the new democracy until 2004. That's when a pro-Russian candidate was declared president. But allegations of vote rigging triggered protests in what's now known as the Orange Revolution. The pro-Western former Prime Minister, Viktor Yushchenko, was then named the rightful winner. In 2008, NATO promised Ukraine it would one day join the alliance. 2 years later, however, a pro-Russian president was elected in 2010. Viktor Yanukovych, who was originally declared winner in that rigged 2004 election, suspended trade with the European Union and revived ties with Moscow. And in 2014, there were violent protests in Kyiv. Dozens of protesters were killed. Yanukovych fled to Russia, and within days, armed men seized Crimea and raised the Russian flag. Then Moscow annexed the territory. That same year, a missile brought down a passenger plane, killing all 298 people on board. Investigators traced the weapon back to Russia, which to this day denies any involvement. Since 2014, fighting has been underway in two breakaway regions in eastern Ukraine, so this is not a new conflict for them. Fast forward to last January. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky asked President Biden to let Ukraine join NATO. Russian troops began massing near Ukraine's borders last spring. President Biden warned Russia of sweeping economic sanctions in December.
Now, for weeks, there have been warnings of an invasion, Russian denials, threats of sanctions. Now to today. We know the aggression is a reality. The Russian denials a flagrant lie. The sanctions a reality. More tougher sanctions on the horizon meant to financially strangle Putin and Russia, and world leaders hope force his hand to end what Ukraine's president calls an all-out war.